All right, welcome back to 40-Day Refresh. Today we're going to talk about transforming negative experiences. So sometimes in life we just go through some situations. We have some problems, we have some issues. Sometimes in life things just suck. Things just are not good. And we need to learn how to transform those situations, to accept that maybe sometimes in life things aren't good, but to also have this mindset, that nothing is impossible. One of the biggest mindsets we have to have is nothing is impossible. This situation might not be good, but nothing is impossible. So a lot of times when we face adversities and we're under pressure and we have bad circumstances, a lot of times we can reframe the situation by the questions that we ask. So I want you to think about transforming negative situations. How can I turn this around? So some questions to think about here. A lot of times people ask the questions like, why me? Why is this happening to me? What is going on here? These types of things. Better questions to ask would be things like, how can I turn this around? What do I need to do differently? What adjustments do I need to make? If I had to do it all over again, what would I do differently? Maybe what's good about this situation? Sometimes there's nothing good, but sometimes there might be something good. There might be a blessing hidden, in this adversity. And so how can we transform that experience so that we come out better? Because one of the things I've learned about negative situations and circumstances and things like that, pressures of life, is that sometimes they can actually be the thing that accelerates you and launch you into a higher and deeper level of your purpose. And so we want to learn how to transform these negative situations. You can use your journal to write out how you're feeling. What would I do differently? What adjustments do I need to make? If I had to start all over again, what would I do? Those are better questions to ask. What's good about this? These are all better questions to ask than kind of having the victim mentality. Why me? Why is this happening to me? These types of things. We need to learn to have, when we experience negative situations, how can I turn them around and use them to actually accelerate my progress and use them to make adjustments in my life and to do things differently this time so that I don't end up in the same vicious cycle over and over again. But I want you to think about it. Anytime you have negative situations in your life, how can I transform them and use them for good? Sometimes the situations might not be good, but we can use that for fuel to do something good coming out of them. So how can I use them to turn things around, to make adjustments, and to do things better and to accelerate my progress? That's the message for today. Now, if you don't have the online course and the email series that go with this program, you can go to danielfoley.net/40-day refresh, and you can find it there, the number 40-day refresh. So danielfoley.net/40-day refresh. Remember, our goal is to get life in order, to get clear, so that we have a one-year plan. Now, you may be wondering, when do we get to the planning part of all this? It's coming. It's going to be the last 10 days. We got to go through this process. And what I've learned is there's a very divine sequence to this whole thing that we have to go through before we can start making your plan, because we have to get to that place of clarity first. But message for today: negative experiences, how can I transform them so that they make me come out better on the other side?